Hi, I'm Luke,
And I'm Lauren.
and we're the Wells. We met at UMHB our somewhere freshman or sophomore year, we don't really know, through mutual friends and played intramural sports together.
When we first started dating, Luke told me he wouldn't get married till he was 30. And then we started dating a couple months, and he was like, okay, maybe 27. And then he told me the whole time that we were dating, I'm not going to tell you I love you until I'm ready to propose. And so then he told me he loved me, and then he proposed, and he was like ready to get married. And when we got married, he was still in school, working on his master's, and I was like, no, we got to pay off our student loans. We've got to get a house. We got to get like all these steps, and then we can talk about kids. Whereas I think he was like, oh, we can have kids.
It'll work out.
It'll happen.
That's kind of how we do things. I'm like up in the sky, it's gonna be okay, and she was like, no, we have to do all of these steps.
The details.
And we thought we would have kids and then later adopt. And we were approached about adopting a little girl who would be a sibling to my niece and nephew.
Our only answer was yes. I mean, in our mind, we couldn't comprehend saying no to a child because we were constantly told yes by God. And that's what we talked about a lot. But I think that triggered this like start in both of us that, oh, we're ready.
We got really excited about it. We're about to start the training to do it, and then because of, I guess, government rules or regulations, it never went through.
The theme of our like whole marriage has kind of been the song It Is Well, and we just kind of said from the beginning, like, no matter what, like, it's well, and he deserves our worship. I found out we were pregnant mid-May, and I remember that day I was thinking about it. I remember, like, I didn't want him to know, and so I took the test and then drove to UMHB to tell him he was going to be a dad, and we celebrated, and it was fun, and then a week later, I had my first miscarriage.
When the miscarriage happened, I was shocked. I don't think I really understood why or what was going on, but we knew God was present, and we knew that it would all work out.
During that miscarriage, I sat at home for a week afterwards because that's what everyone told me to do, and I think that was worse for me than anything I could have done because I just sat there and thought, well, what if I would have done this or did this? Or I mean, Satan was just taking over my thoughts. But then we found out we were pregnant, and it just moved straight from like sadness to joy. And the cheesy Christian thing to think was, oh, the Lord works all for our good, and here it was, and we were pregnant. And yeah, we went to the doctor and heard the heartbeat, and that was phenomenal.
It was so cool. When I heard the heartbeat for the first time and saw it on the screen, I was in awe. I was so overwhelmed with emotions, excited.
Yeah, he took the approach of like being like super excited, and I took the realistic approach of, okay, let's just take this one step at a time. Because in my heart, I just knew I couldn't do it again. I couldn't walk through it again. So we took it one step at a time. After we heard the heartbeat, we saw the doctor twice. Mm-hmm. We saw it at 5 weeks, and then again at 8 weeks. And then at 11 weeks, we went in, and there was no heartbeat. And so I remember that appointment like it just happened. And so I was just weeping, quietly weeping, and Luke was the hopeful one. He immediately started praying, and but then the doctor came in and confirmed that there was no longer a heartbeat.
A few days after we were informed that there was no heartbeat, I think Satan used that time to try to put fears into our minds, and anger, and confusion. Will we ever have kids? It's something that you kind of think your whole life, oh, yeah, it's gonna happen. You'll have a kid eventually. And I thought, well, we'll just adopt. But even that hadn't worked. I don't know. You just feel so consumed and overwhelmed that nothing's gonna work out.
The areas in which that I struggled was, why are you allowing people who don't love you to have children when we just desperately want to raise a child to know you and to make you known? And so why wouldn't you want that for us?
I saw the pain and the emotional heartbreak that she was going through, and I felt like that I had caused that as a husband, and there was fear because I was like, I don't want to go through this again. I don't want to risk. I don't want to put my wife through this again. You can't protect her. You can't protect your kid, and so
I felt guilt of like, did I eat something I wasn't supposed to eat? Did I drink too much caffeine because I like my Dr. Pepper, and did I not drink enough water, or, what did I do that caused this? But I think the Lord in his kindness revealed that everything that we had planned and everything in our life is constantly changing, and there's nothing we do, but he was constant, and he was who he said he was. So everything that we had read in scripture about him, he is love, he is comforter, he is sovereign, and the truth that he reveals about himself is absolutely true, and we felt that. And
and then God brought us Finley, this beautiful little girl,
who we thought was a boy, and but she's perfect. What I would tell other moms is that the gospel is true, and the comfort that you can find in the world is limited, and the only comfort that you can truly find is in the Lord. And I could say that with or without her as my prize. And I think that was the moment that we both had to come to, that even if the Lord chose not to give us a child, we could still say he's good.
Yeah, through it all, the dark times and the great times, we knew he was there, and that he was holding us, and that we would be reunited in heaven one day. It is well. It is well with our soul. Whatever he puts us through, whatever he provides for us, God's there.
And it will be well.